Welcome to the Wokest Warren, where we have the wokest discourse. I want to talk about data centers. So basically, okay, so I'm gonna talk about data centers like I'm a moron, because I kind of am, to other morons. So you do not have to know anything about science or technology to follow this conversation. Okay? So basically, data centers are these places that use huge amounts of electricity. Like, so much electricity that they will use all of the electricity that our power plants can make. The demand for electricity is higher than we have the capacity to produce. Okay? So what happens? That leads to a rate increase. What does that mean? That means that every single person who either rents and has electricity included in their rent, or who has an electric bill in their name, is going to pay like a lot more than we have in the past for these fucking data centers. And people need to do shit about it. I do not know what to do. I do not have capacity to do anything about it because I am working 13-hour days. I don't have the capacity to get involved and do anything about these data centers, but you might. Okay? If you have time on your hands, if you have any time at all, and you just need something positive to do, like, so you don't do drugs, like, do this. Go and find the people who are fighting against these data centers and join them and say, what can I do? What can I do to help? Like, they need all the help they can get. And I don't have the time. I don't. So I think this is like, if you know you don't have the time, but you know someone who might have the time, like, have a conversation with that person about it. You know, like, if you have a nephew that just hangs around the house all day, you could be like, hey, you know, why don't you go to this, you know, town data center coalition meeting and see what that's all about. You know, that would be really helpful. So that's my ask. I did really want to tell you, though, about my feelings, which are that every day when I wake up and I remember the data centers and I think about how high our electric bills are going to go up, it actually scares me. Because, like, the price of gas was, like, getting into scary territory for me for a while. Like, that was getting scary. That was getting unmanageable. And I have a feeling that electric is going to push into that category. And they cut HEAP. So it's not like people are going to be able to apply for HEAP for cooling, if they even do cooling. I know they've cut HEAP a lot, like a lot. Yeah. So the price of gas is going up, the price of electric is going up. Not only is the price of food still going up, now we have a parasite in the food, so you can't eat fresh produce. You get that? In the United States of America, now we can't eat fresh produce because it'll give us the shits. Like, these are problems they have in fucking Mexico, where it's tropical. Like, subtropical, whatever. I'm saying this should not be happening in Michigan. People should not be getting diarrhea in Michigan because of shit that the fucking Republicans did. Like, I just, you can draw a direct line to them cutting food safety, cutting regulations. I don't know. Remember that Doge thing that happened? How many jobs they cut from the USDA? I mean, we have no one looking out for our food safety right now. At all. So, like, it's, you are playing Russian roulette right now. You're playing diarrhea Russian roulette every time you eat raw produce in the United States now. Is that not enough to convince you that shit is fucked up? Like, shit is fucked up. I know some people who watch these videos of mine who aren't communists. I don't know why. But, you know, and they, like, are, like, all bummed out that, you know, I say communism is great and we should totally destroy this government. And, that we need a revolution. The United States of America is garbage. Fuck the Declaration of Independence. All that. Like, I have some pretty extreme views that are outside of the norm. But, like, diarrhea, I mean, isn't that something we can all get on board and be like, whoever is responsible for giving everyone diarrhea should pay? That's what I think. That's what I think. I think these fuckers should be punished. I think like 40 lashes in the fucking town square. You know, they got that stage they set up for UFC fighting at the White House. They could just bring those fucking food inspectors. Actually, not the food inspectors. Actually, the Doge interns who fired the food inspectors. Those are the people who should get 40 lashes. And seriously, like, those kids were so stupid, because that is going to be like, for the rest of your life, you're going to have to tell people every time you apply for a job, you're going to have to tell people that you worked for fucking Doge. And I'm glad. I'm glad. Although, you know, that's probably like good for capitalists, you know. Maybe some psycho billionaire would be like, oh, you worked for Elon, that's great. Come work for me. Anyway, thanks for listening.